You mentioned one thing here. I do have to bring this up. I know it's not fun to talk about, but you mentioned, the Instagram posts and maybe people rubbing people the wrong way. You're covering that first event. I think everyone kind of knows what happened. Nate Diaz, not so kind to you. I just want to know, like, first off, like, how unexpected was that? Because I think when people saw that initially, they're like, this is fake. Like, take me through that whole thing, and how worried were you after? Because, like, I know, like, I've had it too, where like fighters get upset and you're like, man, am I going to get in trouble? Like, take me through that whole situation.
Yeah, bro. People thought it was a prank because it was the first week we had run Full Send MMA, right? So everybody thought that, oh, and the guys were hanging out with Nate Diaz later that night. So everybody was like, oh, this is just a prank to, blow up the Full Send MMA channel, and Nate Diaz's buddies with these guys. But no, that was 100% real, man. And you can see it in my face. Like the moment the moment that he looks at me and he kind of whispers in my ears and he goes, you need to watch your tweets about my buddy over here. And I was so fucking overwhelmed with the entire week
Yeah.
because it's my first week ever. I'm at this fucking big UFC pay-per-view event. The only thing I'm worried about is getting content, how much content I can get, who I can talk to, and like was not even thinking about the memes at the time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I'm not going in there thinking like, man, is this guy going to be offended because I talked some shit about him or I made a meme about him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That at that point, it's not even a thought in my head. And so Nate Diaz looks at me and he goes, "You better watch your tweets about my homie over here." And you can see it on my face. I look at him, and for a split second, it all comes back, and it goes, "Oh shit, I made a fucking stupid meme about Nick Maximov, didn't I?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, here it comes." And you
So you
the
knew you were going to get hit. You felt that
oh,
or something
bro,
was going to happen? Okay.
oh yeah, bro.
Okay.
Like the only thing I could get out of my mouth, and I look at the clip and I cringe so hard because I wish I could have said something quick-witted,
Yeah.
but the only thing I could get out of my mouth was like, "Oh, I know." And that was just my way of saying like, "Well, here it comes. Whatever fucking happens is about to happen now." So yeah, he knocks the mic off my hand, slaps my hat off. And yeah, man, and then he goes his way and I go my way and the camera cut off, but when I go to pick up my hat, I wish we had got this on camera, but the camera's cut off. When I went to go pick up my hat, I grab my hat and I turn around and I look at Nate and he's doing one of these, right? He's doing the flex and I'm like, Jesus Christ, am I about to get fucking beat up by Nate Diaz my first week on the job? So
Yeah.
we go our separate ways and they take us to the back and we get stuck in the media room for the rest of the night because now they're like, fuck, what are we gonna do with these guys? We don't want them to be a liability to us. So I'm sitting there with my camera guy, my hands over my head. I'm like, Jesus Christ, did I just blow the biggest opportunity of my life in the first week? You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fucking fired, right?
Yeah.
So the boys send me a text message and we tell them the whole situation. They didn't believe it at first, but I'm expecting them to be pissed, and what do they say to me? They say, "Well, did you get it on camera?" And I was like, "All right, I know I'm gonna be good from now on."